Haha, look what I got, the 25mm OBS Engine. She's a Velocity style RTA, only 25 freaking bucks, holds 5.2 mils of e-liquid. She's got top adjustable airflow for days, and she produces a damn good vape. Flavor is really good. It's a good RTA, and the price point I can't get over it. 25 freaking bucks. Is it just me or they keep getting cheaper? All right, so here's the packaging this OBS Engine 25 comes in. And inside this kit, you receive your OBS Engine 25, an extra quartz glass tank, a hex tool, a buku of O-rings and 4 extra hex screws, a sheet of organic cotton, and check it out, you also receive 2 twisted macro Kanthal coils, and an Engine 25 user manual. But yeah, back to this OBS Engine 25, few specs for you. She's primarily made of 304 grade stainless steel. She's 25mm in width, and she's 54.5mm in height. At the base, she's got a non-adjustable 510 pin. Threads are buttery smooth, and at the base, laser etched, it says designed by OBS, and it also says engine. At the top of this device, she's got triple adjustable airflow. You grab hold of this piece right here and you just twist and turn. Whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same all across the board, and she does spin in 360. She spins and spins, but she's got the perfect amount of restrictiveness. When this thing juices up, it's going to get a little bit looser, but it's still perfect. It's not going to go anywhere. It's very stable, and you got tons of airflow, guys. I mean, tons of it. Smooth, swooshy, top airflow. She's got top side fill. You got this little marker right there. She's got this push-pull system. You just pull up, you fill up. You got this giant slot, holds any dropper, any glass dropper, and she's blocked off on this side, so you just tilt it, you fill it, holds 5.2 mils of e-liquid, you push down, and you're good to go. This tank's got a cool looking little standard 510 drip tip, made of Delrin, dual O-ring. She's got a 9mm bore up top, tapers down about 5mm down below. It just looks cool. It feels good in the mouth. You got this drip tip catch cup just to show you, but yeah, she fits snug as a bug, and because it's got this little slant, it makes this device even look that much more unique. Also, it's super easy to get this device apart. You just grab it and you just start twisting and turning, and it just comes apart just like so. Threads are okay. Threads are not the smoothest, but they're not bad for a Chinese product, and I will state this, they're not bad at all for the price point. So here's the top cap slash shaft slash chimney section, all one piece except the drip tip, obviously, but in there you got your airflow slots, those slots right there on each side. There's your shaft section in the middle. Each slot sits right above the coil, and I'm telling you, the airflow, you get plenty of it. It keeps this device cool. They engineered this to keep this thing cool. But yeah, on the chamber section, you got one notch on one side and one notch on the other, and it just lines up with the notches on the deck section. I'm going to show you that in a second. Now onto the tank section. You got this quartz glass tube which slides over the tank section like so. Slides back on like so. So here's the deck section. It's got a Velocity style deck section. You got side mount hex screws on each side, peak insulator, and you got these holes, okay? That's where your cotton wick's going to go on each side. So how it works is, like I said, the wicks sit in those holes right there on both sides, and the juice, it feeds around the outside, underneath, to the wick, and then to the coil. I mean coils. So you got one slot on one side, one notch, and that's for the notches on the chamber section. Remember, it lines up with this slot, it lines up with this slot over here, press fits, and then screws together. So just to show you, you got the notch lined up with the notch on both sides, notches with the notches, and you just push down, and the press fits. And then the top of the tank section screws into this section right here. Tank section slides over this section right here, and it just screws in. Make sure she's nice and tight. Once you have your build and wick installed, make sure you line up the slots with the slots, press fit, and it just screws into place. Again, make sure she's nice and tight. Push-pull system, pull up, fill up, push down, and you're rocking. So check it out. Here's the gunked up build that I have in my other engine, and I've been vaping this thing for about 5 days with stainless steel wire temperature mode, and I got the wicks just tucked into those holes. I tell you, you got to make sure that the wick is hitting the bottom. It's got to be hitting the bottom, touching the bottom. Now, some people say, no, you don't want the wick touching the bottom. I do it. I do it because if I don't, it's going to have just a little bit of spit back. That may be a con to some of you guys. It's all about finding what works for you. I like it to where the wick is covering up all those holes. It's gently touching the bottom, and it just wicks perfectly every time. But know this, you can't use too little wick, you can't use too much wick. You got to find a happy medium. So last thing we got to do is top this tank off. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up and fill up. And this is going to be a nitpicky con, but when you press her down after you fill her up, look at that. It's got spillage right on the tank. That may be a con to some of you guys. So there's 3 nitpicky cons that I found for this Engine 25. 1, the drip tip. If you've been vaping on it for a while and you're slobbering on it, it's a little bit wet. It's a bitch to get off. If you want to take this out, to pop your preferred 510 drip tip in there, it may be a bitch to get out. Okay, the second one, the airflow. Every now and again, you're going to get a whistle hit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so right now I've got this airflow wide open. I don't know if you can hear that, but I hear it. It's just a slight whistle. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's more pronounced, other times it's not. You hear that? You hear that? Yeah, it's not really, it doesn't happen that often, mostly when I curl my tongue, but if I keep my tongue flat, you know, it just, yeah, it gets rid of it. There you go. But I like to curl my tongue just a little bit. I know it sounds kind of funky, curling the tongue when you vape, but I guarantee you there's a lot of you vapors out there that do it and you don't even know it. It's just subconscious. I just figured that out. If you keep the tongue flat, it won't ever whistle on you. Again, it's not that bad. It's just there sometimes. And then the last con I found, as you guys saw, okay, the push-pull system. When you close this thing up, you're going to get a little bit of leakage. Now on to the pros. First of all, price point, like I mentioned, 25 freaking bucks for an RTA. That's just awesome. That's super affordable. 2, she's easy to build and wick on. She holds 5.2 mils of e-liquid. That is just, that's a good amount of juice. The top adjustable airflow, first of all, you get plenty of it and it is smooth. As you guys saw in the close-up, she's got easy top fill, got that push-pull system. I like it. I really do. It's convenient. Oh yeah, and back to the airflow. Just because of where the airflow is placed and how much airflow you got, the way they engineered this thing, I have never had this thing get hot on me, ever. The tank. Most tanks out there, they get warm to hot. This thing's barely even gotten warm. Now, I'm not vaping over like 80 watts, okay? I'm vaping mostly between 40 and 65, 70 watts with this tank, and it just stays cool. It stays cool all the time. Flavor this thing puts off is really, really, really good. Is it the best I've ever had? No, but I mean, it is good, good, good. And as for the vapor production's good. It's not cloud chaser material, but it's definitely satisfying. Satisfying to me. You know, the way this drip tip, this 510 drip tip looks and it feels, it's super comfy. I love the way it looks. I think it adds to the uniqueness of the way the tank looks, and that's what drew me to it, okay? Because you got the slants, but this also is a 510 drip tip, so you can use your standard 510 drip tips. Another big pro. And back to the tank, the way this thing is machined is definitely above average, especially for the price point. Hardly any machine oil, one rinse, one wash, I was good to go. And last but not least, this tank is screw down on all my mods, big compatible, screw down flush, and made a connection. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey Rip, if you lost this sucker today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is abso-freaking-lutely. Almost forgot, don't you worry. I didn't forget though. The giveaway. I'm giving away one of these bad boys. One OBS 25 Engine 25, okay? And I'm giving it away right here on my YouTube channel. Not at riptrippers.com. It's right here. And it's only one. Here's the first rule. It's only open to my loyal YouTube followers. That's it. Loyal YouTube followers. And 2, down in the comment section, what you got to do is you got to comment either your Instagram handle 1 or your Facebook name 2. One or the other will work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one random winner, contact one of you guys on Instagram or Facebook, whichever one you got. That's how it's going to work, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll announce the winner in the next video. Good luck! This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.